Welcome to the Drayway. I am so glad you're here. We got a fantastic show. So let's not do a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Let's get going. Let's get the show started. Let's go. Welcome to the Drayway. We have a lot to talk about. About a couple of weeks ago, it was a little over 2 weeks ago, I was at the Wynn here in Vegas. And I'm sitting at the Wynn, and I've got a couple of friends with me. And off to my right, I get in the corner of my eye, I see this woman walking right by me. And I kind of turn, and she looks at me, and I look at her, and I said, hi. And she stopped, and she said, hi. And I said, you busy? And she goes, just walking back up to my room. I said, would you like to sit for a drink? And she said, I would love that. So she sat down, and we got to talking and stuff like that. And this guy comes walking by and says, hey, great job today. I'll see you next week. And he's got all this camera stuff on him and stuff like that. And she says, okay, Dow, we'll see you later. And I said, what's all that about? And she goes, oh, that's my photographer. We did some stuff earlier today. And I said, oh, so you model? And she says, yeah. I said, where do you model? And she said, all over. I said, oh, okay. So we just got to talking, and she said, I'm going to be here for the next week. She said, how about we go to dinner on Wednesday? I said, that's a really good idea. I said, let's do that. I said, I'll just pick you up right here. And she says, fantastic. So Wednesday comes, and I'm at this exact same spot, and here she comes in this all red outfit, and she looks unbelievable. I mean, spectacular. And she goes, what do you think? I said, based on the fact that everybody stopped to look at you, yeah, I would say that you're doing good. She goes, oh, you're just being nice. I said, yeah. I said, come on, let's go. So we hop into the car, and we're getting ready to head to the dinner spot, and her phone rings. And she answers the phone, and she goes, hello? Yeah. Oh my gosh, really? Oh, wow, you did? You're kidding. You did? They're both going to be there? Oh, well then, yeah. When does it get here? In an hour? Okay, I'll be there. Don't worry, I'll be there. Hangs up the phone. And I look at her and I go, what was all that about? And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. She goes, I'm going to have to make this up to you, but I got to go to New York. There's my friend is having a party, and two directors that I've been dying to meet are going to be there. So he sent his plane to come get me, and it's going to be there in an hour. So can you take me back to the hotel, then take me to the airport? And I'm like, sure, So we go back to the hotel, get her stuff, get in the car, head towards the airport. The phone rings again. All right. She picks up the phone. She goes, hello. Hi, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby, I'm getting ready to get on a plane. No, Bobby, I'm not coming back to LA. I got to go to New York. You did what? Oh, Bobby, you don't have to do that. Bobby, that's ridiculous. You don't have to. Okay. Wait. I'll be back next week. I'll look at it then. All right. Bye-bye. And I said, Bobby? And she rolls her eyes and goes, yeah, we went out a couple of months ago, and he's trying to go out again. I've just been too busy, and he's not, he's nice enough, but he's not exactly my type. But now he just bought me a Mercedes. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, he just bought me this Mercedes, and now he wants me to go see it. And and see what I think and take it home and all this other stuff. She goes, I don't have time right now. And I'm like, oh, nice problem to have, you know? And she's like, oh, that's just, Bobby's got a lot of money and he's just being nice. I go, yeah. As we pull up to this private, hangar way where you got to go through a security check, you drive up and you literally drive up to the plane. You stop right here. She gets out of the car. There's two people there to help her with her luggage. And she gets on this large Gulfstream airplane that is sitting there waiting for her, just her, to pick her up and take her to New York. Now, I tell you this story because this is how the rich play, all right? This is the thing that rich people do. And now I'm bringing this up because I need to ask you a question. If you're rich like this, do you care anything about the average Joe, about the average working man? Do you care at all about their plight or what they think or what they say? You can see they live in a completely different world. Like here, the MAGAs are all upset because Donald Trump and Elon Musk don't get it. They don't get, hey, you can't sit there and say, you're going to deport people and we got to get rid of all these people that cross the border to take these jobs. But it's okay to have these engineers come here in by the thousands working tech jobs that you're underpaying them and having them work like basic slaves, paid slaves, and underpaying them and overworking them. And that's okay. But it is okay to people like Trump and Elon Musk. It's just business. It's just business. Just like a lot of these companies that hire these so-called illegals, it's just business. They work hard and they work for less. So businesses profit. Just like the only reason there is H-1B is to make people richer. It's to basically take labor that would otherwise cost a lot more in America. Yeah, I don't want to pay American wages. I want to pay wages from poor people in India who will be glad to take 60, 70,000. Why do I want to pay an American 150 when I can buy two of them from India for less money? And that is exactly what is going on. But now you have a small taste, like I got a small taste of what the really rich do, and it's at the drop. I mean, do you know what it costs to fly a Gulfstream just to pick somebody up, to fly it from New York to Vegas and Vegas back to New York? Can you imagine the cost? We can't even, to us that sounds crazy, but to people that are rich, the people that have the money, they don't care. Doesn't matter to them one bit. And that is what we're talking about when we're talking about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They're rich. They're billionaires. It doesn't matter to them what they do or how they do it. They just want to know that they can do what they want when they want. Why? Because they're really, really rich. And that is what is going on right now. And that is why it is such hypocrisy to sit there and say, this Tom Holman guy, this monster of a man, if you haven't seen Tom Holman yet, hopefully there's a picture of him right here. This guy is just pure evil. And when I call him evil, it's just because of the way he talks and the things he says and the way he talks about going after people, even people that are American citizens. I don't care if your mom and dad aren't American citizens. If you're born here, you are an American citizen. End of story, period. But if you listen to Tom Holman, yeah, if you were born to illegal parents, you can go too. You just leave. You should leave too. It's not going to be friendly. It's not going to be kind. it's going to be awful. The next 4 years with this Tom Holman guy, it's not going to be enjoyable. But it just shows you when the rich want to use foreigners to their benefit, it's fine. It's just fine. But when people are seeking asylum and coming across the border with absolutely nothing and trying to make a life for themselves, yeah, they don't benefit me right away. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. We got to get rid of them. We got to get rid of them. Let me know what you think in the comments. I can't wait to see it. Believe me, we're going to be talking about this Tom Holman guy a whole lot more because, yeah, I just have a feeling he's going to be a real nasty person because I've never seen a kind word come out of that man's mouth. But let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dre Way. I'm glad you're here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100,000 and I need your help. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot more to talk about. What to expect in 2025. 2025 is almost here. And I have to keep saying 2025 it's one of those things you just got to keep saying, right? 2025, 2025, 2025. Wow. Well, here are some of my predictions for 2025, particularly when it comes to real estate. Because real estate in 2025, I don't think is going to be any better off than it will be in 2026 or 2027. And that is because until we come to grips with either our spending or our revenue, it's either or. And right now, since we can't seem to cut spending to any degree, we have to increase our revenue. And the revenue, there is revenue there. There are billionaires that are not paying their fair share. There are corporations that aren't paying. If you're a corporation making billions of dollars and you're not paying at least 10% of your money in taxes, that's a problem. Anyone paying less than 10%, don't you have a problem with that? Let me know in the comments. Do you think it's right for Amazon or Google or some of these big companies to pay for? Is there any good reason they should be paying less than 10%? Because if you look, there's a number of them paying, they only paid 6 or 8 but is there any reason? I think they should be paying 20%. 20% is a real good number for these huge, massive corporations to pay. But how many big corporations are paying 20%? Probably very, very few. Probably very, very few. But this is what we have to start talking about. We have to start talking about where is revenue going to come from. And it has to come from corporations and the rich, the people making over $400,000 a year. You need to be paying a little bit more. When you get over $1 million, you need to be paying even a little bit more. Because what is it going to do to you? It's not going to affect you one way or the other. But it could make a big difference to the United States and the amount of money that we bring in each year. Because it seems like we just don't have the ability. We just don't have the moxie to cut war spending or anything. When I say war spending, the military, when was the last time the military ever took a cut? Yeah, that doesn't seem like that's a real idea. But let me know what you think in the comments, because you either have to cut or you have to raise revenue. And we haven't been raising revenue. We keep cutting revenue for rich people, for rich corporations and rich people. And look where it's put us. It's put us in a really bad, I'm going to talk about it. I'm trying to get ahead of myself. I don't want to get ahead of myself because I'm going to talk about it after this break. So don't go anywhere. I have a final thought. Stay right there. Okay. This is my final thought. Here it is. It's going to get messy in 2025 from commercial real estate. Commercial real estate across the country is going to crash and crash hard. And there's going to be a lot of banks that go under because commercial real estate is toast. It's toast. Yeah, all these retail spots, toast. All these retail stores, toast. All these office space, toast. Toast. Yeah. And what's going to happen with all these banks that are holding all these commercial loans and these notes and all these spaces that are going to be open for lease? And now the percentage was 4, 5, now 6. It's growing. It's going to hit 10%. Yeah, 10%. Of these commercial buildings can't pay, and it's going to go even higher. And as it keeps going higher, how many banks are going to be immediately affected? How many banks are going to have to sit there and go, yeah, we're done? But that is going to be the big story in 2025, because I'm talking about multifamilies. There's a lot of multifamily complexes, apartment complexes and stuff like that going belly up. Yeah, hotels going belly up. Commercial buildings going belly up. And it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them across the country. And it's going to turn into thousands and thousands and thousands of them. So what is good? You tell me in the comments. Tell me, what do you think is going to go in these buildings? Because there is nothing but, storefront after storefront after storefront shutting down, shutting down, shutting down, shutting down, shutting down all across the country. All these retail spots are going to be empty. So what are we going to do with them? Let me know in the comments. But that's what I want you to get ready for in 2025. Because commercial real estate is literally crashing as we speak. And in 2025, it's going to be the main story over and over and over again. Because commercial real estate, yeah, it's on its last legs. And that's going to be the big story in 2025. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for joining me on the Drayway. Don't forget, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so we will have a special New Year's Eve send-off. We will be sending off 2024 and talking about 2024 all day tomorrow. So don't forget to check out the Drayway tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And don't forget, New Year's special tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow on the Drayway.